Hi everyone, Mark from Illawarra Education Foundation. Today we're going to be building on our knowledge that we already know about fractions in our last two videos, and today we're going to be looking at improper fractions and mixed numerals. Please make sure you've downloaded our tutorial worksheet that I'll be working through this video with you, and you're going to need two highlighters. So let's have a look at the top of our sheet. We actually have an explanation of what we've actually covered in previous videos. We understand what a fraction is. A fraction, that is in relation to equal parts that you have in a whole. A proper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is lower than the denominator. It's important we understand that a proper fraction is, if you like, what we usually use in our everyday lives and in maths. Now, an improper fraction, we often use that in high school when we're doing trigonometry, Pythagoras' theorem, and in other circumstances. So it's really critical that we understand what an improper fraction is. But please, if you have not looked at earlier videos, if you feel as though you don't even know what a proper fraction is, I encourage you to go and look at my earlier videos. Now you can see here that I have some chocolate. We have our understanding of a whole. Our whole is 1. As you can see here, a whole is 1 over 1. I have one part and it's only divided into one part. And 1 over 1, or any numerator and denominator that are the same, is always a whole. So if that's 2 over 2, 10 over 10, 1015 over 1015, it is always equal to 1. And then of course we have, when a whole is divided into two equal parts, they are each a half. Now today we're going to be looking at improper fractions. What I'd like you to do with one of your highlighters, I want you now to go and highlight in the half section. I actually want you to highlight 5 halves. And you can see there we have 5 halves highlighted. Would you please write in the space underneath, I have 5 halves. And of course, a half is when the whole is cut into 2. That's the first example. We're going to come back and talk about converting that into a mixed numeral in a minute. Let's first understand the improper fraction. The numerator is higher than the denominator. And of course we read it simply as 5 halves. Let's look at another one. For example 2, let's colour in 3 halves. And so you can see there with my concrete material, we have 3 halves. Let's write that as 3 as the numerator and 2 as the denominator. 3 halves. Let's do another one. For example number 3, let's colour in with our highlighter 6 halves. So let's write that up as an improper fraction with 6 over 2. I have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 halves. So now that we have been able to look at 3 examples of improper fractions, now let's actually see if we can see any pattern. If we can see, using our diagram and our concrete material, let's actually see if we can see a pattern that might help us to convert these improper fractions into mixed numerals. The first example is 5 halves. So let's have a look. 5 halves, we have 2, 4, 5 halves. Now, 2 halves is a whole, another 2 halves is a whole, and we have this half left over. Let's actually shade in our second highlighter colour the holes that the halves actually make up. So now let's write that next to our improper fraction. We actually have 2 wholes and a half left over. So 5 halves is the same as, equals, 2 wholes and 1 half. Let's try the next example down here. 3 halves. 1, 2, 3. 2 halves is a whole. Let's highlight this hole here. And we have the half left over. 1 and a half. The final example, 6 halves. 2, 4, 6 halves. Let's see how we would write that in the form of a mixed numeral. One, 2, 3 wholes. So 6 halves is the same as 3 wholes. And there's no halves left over, so it is simply 3. And you can see now that I've actually cut the halves now into quarters. And of course a quarter means a whole is divided into 4 equal parts. Now, using your first colour highlighter, what I'd like you to do for example 4 is to actually colour in 9 quarters. So now let's write that up. 9 quarters, 9 over 4. And you can see there, 9 quarters. You might actually have an idea. I'd like you to now think ahead of when I do it. I'd like you to actually go and highlight and actually even write. You might not even need to highlight it. Would you please write what you think the mixed numeral is now? Did you actually come up with the answer 2 wholes and 1 quarter? Let's do one more together. And now for example 5, would you please colour in 15 quarters now? Let's write that. "15/4. The great thing about using concrete material, straight away you can see how many holes that you may actually need to colour in, as well as how many might be left over. Would you now please go and colour in how many holes we have? And again, you might be really starting to get this now. After only a few examples, you might even be able to see the mixed numeral. Did you see 3 holes with 3/4 left over? 3 and 3/4. So now what I'd like you to direct you to is to follow along as I read this explanation inside the box. What this is actually going to do is actually teach us the pattern, teach us the way to do it without concrete material. Hopefully those 5 examples will help us to see the pattern fairly quickly. So, do you see any pattern when you compare the improper fraction and the mixed numeral? So the rule when changing from an improper fraction to a mixed numeral is this. You ask, how many denominators go into the numerator? This gives you the amount of holes. And then you ask, how many are left over? This then gives you the numerator for the proper fraction. So when converting from improper fractions to mixed numerals, it is division. So let's have a look at that in practice. How many 4s go into 9? 2, because 2 4s are 8. How many are left over? 1. Now the denominator stays the same as quarter. Let's look at example 5. How many 4s go into 15? 3. 3 4s are 12. How many are left over? 3. So we then have the proper fraction 3/4. Answer 15/4 as an improper fraction into a mixed numeral 3 3/4. Let's go and do 6 through to 10 together now, and then we'll look at doing it the other way. So 7/4. How many 4s go into 7? 1. How many are left over? 3. And the denominator is the same, it's quarters. Example 7. 10/3. How many 3s go into 10? 3, because 3 3s are 9. How many are left over? 1. Denominator is the same, thirds. Answer 3 1/3. Number 8. How many 5s go into 7? 1. How many are left over? 2. 1 and 2/5. Question 9. We have 9/6. How many 6s go into 9? 1. How many are left over? 3. Now 1 and 3/6 can actually be simplified further. 3/6 is a half. Answer 1 1/2. 1 1/2 is a better answer. 1 and 3/6 is still correct, but it's best to simplify. The last example is 11 halves. How many 2s go into 11? 5. 5 twos are 10. How many are left over? 1. How'd you go? So now we are going to go the other way. We will be converting from a mixed numeral into an improper fraction. Before we look at the rule, let's actually go and have a look at the examples on this page, 4 and 5, and actually see 2 1/4 is 9/4. You might notice that the opposite of division, of course, is multiplication. So if the first rule converting from an improper fraction to a mixed numeral is division, the inverse or the opposite operation is going to be used when we go the other direction. So 2 4s are 8, plus 1 is 9. Example 5, 3 4s are 12, plus 3 is 15. So let's have a look at the rule inside the box. Changing mixed numerals to improper fractions. It's the wholes times the denominator. Keep that number in your head. And then we plus or add the numerator. And that is actually the improper fraction numerator. So let's do examples 11 to 15 together. So 2 1/4. We say 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 9/4. 4 3/5. We say 4 wholes times the denominator, which is 5. 4 5s are 20. Keep that number in your head. Plus the 3, 23. Twelve is 23/5. Question 13. 3 5/6. So we take the whole and multiply that with the denominator. 3 6s are 18, plus the 5, 23. So 23 sixths. Question 14, 1 3/4. 1 times 4 plus 3. 7/4. And question 15, 5 1/9. 5 times 9 plus 1. Whoops. 9 5s are 45, plus 1, 46. Answer, 46/9. Thank you for watching Illawarra Education Foundation's YouTube channel. Please go to our website. We have a lot of resources there for you. Please subscribe to this channel. Please show your support. Share it on social media. Please write a comment. Please like this. And we will continue to make videos for you. If you are a homeschool parent, please stick around. I just have some syllabus references for you if you're interested. Thanks so much. So of course, the syllabus that we use in New South Wales is the New South Wales version of the Australian curriculum. Now, this is a stage 3 concept. So if you have the syllabus, it is page 205 and 206 and 207. I really encourage you to get to know this new syllabus document. It is very similar to the old one, but still this is now our primary source. What I find really interesting is it actually gives you ideas, but what's critical is knowing the background information and of course the language. You'll notice that the Board of Studies have actually stated particular phrases and keywords that they want us as educators to teach our students. So two that you will have heard me say quite a few times in this video were of course proper fraction and improper fraction. It's really important that we use the correct language. Also of course numerator, denominator, and then of course we talk about whole, equal parts, half, quarter, eighth, etc. So of course if you don't have a paper copy, you can get a PDF copy from the New South Wales Board of Studies website. Thanks everybody for watching. If you are an educator, a homeschool parent, please feel free to drop us a line. Please put a comment in this video if you have any questions, or you might actually have something that you would like me to cover. Please feel free to ask. Thank you for watching.